Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining me once again. So, of course, some of you already know an incident took place in Washington, D.C., where an employee of Doge was essentially trying to stop a robbery attempt, I think a car theft attempt, and he was jumped by a bunch of juveniles, young people, and they beat him pretty badly. They showed a picture of him. He's really bloodied up and so forth. Like I said, he was an employee of Doge. He was appointed by Elon Musk. And and by the way, his nickname is, interesting enough, Big Balls. That's the nickname of the young boy. And he was severely beat, up trying to do the right thing. This, of course, bothered President Trump, and President Trump threatened to essentially take over Washington, D.C., to federalize Washington, D.C. if something is not done about the crime there. The crime, evidently, according to statistical data, is going up in Washington, D.C. Of course, Washington, D.C. is led by Democrats. So the crime is going up. People are just not getting it. They're just not getting it, man. And I wanted to let you guys listen in on a small portion of an audio clip. And here's a lady here who is a former host of Fox News. Her name is Gino Pirro, I believe. This woman is a fireball. I mean, I've heard her speak. This woman is a fireball. I want to let you guys listen in on it because essentially what she's suggesting, if I can get to this particular clip, portion of the audio clip, what she's suggesting is that these juveniles that are involved in these type of things, that the age limit be lowered to, according to the title of this article, to age 14. If you're 14, 15, 16, or 17 years old, you get cuddled. DC attorney Pirro calls for lowering age of responsibility to 14. So I want you guys to listen in on what she has to say, and we want to get right into the discussion, okay? So let's get right into this.
A credible number of homicides, and you can say that violence and crime is down, but the truth is violence is more lethal than it's ever been. And when we say it's down from what?
Right, real high.
Okay, we've got carjackings that are up 111%. The problem in D.C., and President Trump, in his effort to make D.C. safe and beautiful, said to me, I want you to enforce the law to make sure that there's accountability. And I spoke to the president yesterday at length about what was going on here. I said, if you're 14, 15, 16, or 17 years old, you get coddled, as you do in most American Democrat cities. So I can't charge these people. This young kid who worked at the White House was beaten to a pulp. He's got a broken nose. He's got a severe concussion. He's battered all over his head, okay, by a gang of punks. 10 of them, I believe. 2 have been arrested, 2 15-year-olds. None of them come to my office, Laura, because they're not considered criminals. They go to family court where the effort is rehabilitation. The D.C. Council, and the president is right, they've got...
Now, you what she said? I mean, now she's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. Nobody with sense can deny that. It's like that here in the city of Cleveland. The city of Cleveland is a Democrat-led city. It's always been. And we having the same issues with young thugs. Unfortunately, same skin color as me, causing all kinds of chaos. Street takeovers. Just not too long ago, we had a big street takeover. All the time. Every issue is all the time. But because Democrats don't consider these quote unquote young people criminals, they give them a slap on the wrist. And this, in my opinion, is one of the reasons why these young kids, these juveniles, continue to do the things that they do, because they know they can get away with it. People don't understand. These kids are not stupid. They're not dumb. They're not ignorant. They know what they're doing. And regardless of whether or not the parents are teaching them or not, it makes no difference. Most of these kids, if not all of them, know right from wrong. They know right from wrong. They know right from wrong. We cannot say, well, they didn't know any better when they broke in that house. They didn't know any better when they broke the windows of that restaurant. Come on, man, stop it. We have to stop feeling sorry for people who commit crimes. If this was in the Old Testament, I'm not going to even go there. it wouldn't be no issue. It wouldn't be no. It wouldn't be any. Well, they're young. No, 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 no. They know right from wrong. But let's go on.
Got to stop their coddling. Number one, we've got to lower the age of responsibility to 14. I'm tired of having these kids commit crimes in their crews, not gangs in D.C. We've got an intern, you said it in your open. He's an intern from college. He gets shot going out for McDonald's at 10:30 at night. This kid is trying to help his girlfriend or his friend to a car. He gets assaulted, and but for a cop going by, they would have, had they gotten him on the ground, they would have stopped him and finished him. He was able to stay standing. This has to end. The council has this Youth Incarceration Act where we had a guy who shot a kid on a bus, not justified, with an illegal gun. You know what the sentence was? Probation. The judge said go to college. Okay? He took an illegal gun. He should be jailed for the illegal gun. Forget about the...
Now think about it. Think about it, people. Think about it. Think about it. You know what I mean? This is what these Democrats fail to realize. And what is the main thing that a lot of these Democratic-run cities do? Well, they're doing what they're doing. This is what Democrats think, which is basically Marxism, really. A lot of these Democrats are nothing more than Marxists posing to Democrats and communists and socialists posing to Democrats. But anyway, I digress. Well, they're oppressed and they're suffering from poverty and all of this. That is the most foolish excuse for crime that there ever was. Because before the 1960s, when the so-called welfare state started, which was in the 1960s, before the 1960s, when a lot of blacks were impoverished, there was far less crime than there was after the 1960s. And part of the reason for that was because even though there was poverty before the 1960s among a lot of black people, they were taught certain principles of right and wrong. The country was more about law and order. They still believed in law and order, okay? But now that the families have been destroyed and split up, you don't have any men in the homes anymore. The mothers want to be the friends of the daughters and so forth. The young boys, they don't have any fathers anymore. Okay, the father's not in the home. And if he is in the home, he's not in the home, if you know what I mean. The man is not teaching anything. So the men have been punctified. Okay, the so-called men have been punctified. And the young boys are growing up thugs. And they know right from wrong, man. There's no excuse for this. They know right from wrong. Now, some people may say that this is an extreme case of lowering their age to 14. I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, I don't think so. Because when I was 10 years old, I knew right from wrong. I knew certain things were right and I knew certain things were wrong. Somebody will argue, well, some of these kids are not being taught that. That's not the fault of society. That's what people don't understand. That is not the fault of society. The government's job is to govern. It is not to run your household. It's not. Their job is to govern civil concepts, civil things. That's their job. It's not to run people's households. That is the job of the parents, to teach the children. But when you have a family unit that's been destroyed and corrupted by the communists and the radical feminists, this is what we get. We got feminized men and women who want to be independent from the man. We don't need a man. We don't need a man. We don't need it. Now look at what our young teenage boys are becoming. I could go on with this, but I'm gonna keep calm on this. Let's listen a little more what you got to say.
The shooting, you put that on top of the gun. Then what we've got are kids who are out there who are making fun of all of this, doing carjackings, and I can't touch them because they want to protect them.
They know that, and that's why they travel in gangs.
Know that.
And the older kids send out the younger kids to do the real dirty work because they know they're fine.
They absolutely understand. And youth violence is on the rise, not just in D.C., but across the country. And if you think that these kids need to be coddled and they need to be hugged, they need to have consequences, they need to understand that enough is enough, that we're going to put them in jail or some kind of youth rehabilitation detention facility and not allow the D.C. Council, one of whom I just recently indicted, to take cover for these kids. It's time to end it. That's what the president wants. That's what we're going to do.
Look at what worked in New York City when Giuliani was.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's all I'm gonna let you guys listen to. But you guys can check that article out on Breitbart News, or actually check it out on Fox News. But yeah, that's what she said. So yeah. I mean, I understand her point. Some people may think that's extreme, and you want to know what those people that are going to think something like that is extreme, because unfortunately, a vast majority of these juveniles are black. They are, unfortunately. I can't run away from that. I can't say I can't. And black people need to wake up. They need to wake up and stop trying to make this look like it's a racial issue. It's not a racial issue, people. It's not. If a vast majority of these crimes are being committed by black people, what are people supposed to do? Say, okay, well, I don't want it to be racial, so we're not going to do anything, because this is what Democrats play on. They play the race card all the time. When someone like this district attorney wanted to do, which she's a white woman, I guarantee you people are going to say, oh my God, she just racial profiling, racial this, racial that. I'm so sick and tired of that nonsense, man. I really am. This is not racial profiling. It's trying to stop crime that is rising. Like I told you guys earlier in this video, we have the same issue here in the city of Cleveland. Same issue with the young people. And as the lawyer is saying, it's rising all over the freaking country in mostly Democrat-led cities. That's not my opinion. That's statistical facts. I don't want to hear nothing about, well, it's in Republican cities too. Man, come on, stop it. I'm pretty sure they got some in Republican cities too, but I guarantee you this kind of stuff, most Republicans, believe in law and order. Most of them, some of them are wusses, but most of them believe in law and order, man. They may not be perfect, but they believe in law and order. Don't scream and holler, law and order, we need to do something, we need to do something, we need to do something, we need to do something. And then black people go right behind and vote for Democrats, the very political party that doesn't believe in law and order, that pushes policies that are soft on crime. Just like she said, they coddle them. We'll put them in detention, we'll put them over here, but because they're young people. Really? Really? They just beat that boy up. I saw the picture. He was bloody. I was like, what is this? Looked like something out of a horror movie or something. It's ridiculous. Now, if the shoe had been on the other foot, if this had been a black person that was beat up like that by a bunch of black, they probably wouldn't have said nothing. They would have said nothing because because black on black crime. The leftist media is not going to talk about that because it doesn't fit their narrative. They want to make everything black and white, so they're not going to talk about that. But the problem with that philosophy is that black on black crime and black on black homicide rates is very high. And it needs to be talked about. It ain't a matter of it's not newsworthy. That's stupid. It is newsworthy. It's just that the mainstream liberal media, which supports the Democratic Party, don't believe in law and order. They believe that all these black kids and black families are committing crimes, breaking into stores, hurting people and all the rest because they are oppressed. And that capitalists, you got money and you got this, and we don't care about you because you have the money, you have the power. So if someone robs you, we don't care. We want to protect the oppressed. That is communism. When are American people going to wake up? When are they going to wake up and see that a lot of these Democrats are not the Democrats of great-grandfather Paul? They don't believe in law and order. Their purpose is to cause chaos. Chaos. Aren't we seeing that throughout the country? Aren't we seeing more chaos? Why do you think it is that? It's not just because of spiritual problem issues. Of course, yes, as Christians that are watching this, of course, there's a spiritual part to it. But in order for the spiritual realm to manifest, it has to manifest through the physical realm, people. That's what people who are, come on, it's a spiritual, have to understand. Spirituality has to manifest in the physical three-dimensional realm. And how's the spirituality manifested in the physical three-dimensional realm here on earth in these Democrat-led cities? They're manifesting through the Democratic politicians. They're manifesting through the Democratic city councils. They're manifesting through the Democratic congressmen. They're manifesting through the Democratic mayors. They're the ones that make the laws. And when you remove the consequences from these laws, when you remove the laws and the consequences rather from these actions, people are more emboldened and encouraged to do what is wrong because they know they can get away with it. And that includes these so-called youth. Okay? In my opinion, I don't think she's being extreme. The age needs to be lower because I'm hearing stories of some crazy stories of young people. The other day, and I'm starting winding this up. The other day, I was watching a video of, I don't know where it was at. I don't know what city it was at. About these kids had to be no more than about 8 or 9 years old, maybe even less than that. 3 of them had went inside the store to rob the store, and they were trying to get out. And the store owner wouldn't let them out. They automatically locked the door. And they're like, open this effing door. Open this door. On God. On God. They're always saying that stuff. What the heck is that supposed to mean? I hear people say that all the time. I swear, man, on God. I'm going to do that. On God. On God. Just blasphemous. Just blasphemous. What the heck you mean on God? And these are kids talking about something on God. You don't open this door on God. I'm going to F you up on God. Nigga, shut up. Shut the heck up. Oh, Lord, do you help me? I am so sick of the stupidity. Kids, they were little kids, dude. They were not teenagers. They were little bitty kids. 3 of them had bags full of stuff trying to get it out. And you back to open this effing door. What kind of kids are these? Who are the parents of these children? Are you kidding me? Wake up, black families. I'm saying it to the black families. All families should wake up, but I'm saying it to the black families because it's the black families that has the worst issues. Most of the issues you see are black families. When are we going to wake up, man? And stop yipping and yapping. Oh, you guys always talking about something negative with black people. Well, then wake the heck up then. I wouldn't have to say nothing about it. Conservative, black conservatives wouldn't have to say anything about it if y'all would wake up. Stop voting for these goofy, idiot Democrats. You get what you vote for. Don't cry and scream and poot and fart. Oh, it's crime. It's on the rise. Crime is on the rise because of you, dude. You voted for these Democrats. You got what you wanted. You got what you voted for. And I don't feel sorry for you. I'm just real with you, man. I don't feel sorry for you. Especially if you purposely ignore knowledge and understanding because you've been brainwashed to vote for these idiots, these clowns, and you get what you vote for, don't come crying to me about it. I told your end. I told you. But anyway, I guess y'all said, man, I go off because it's ridiculous, man. It got to stop. It has to stop, dude. Like, seriously, like, come on, like, it has to stop, man. But no, I don't disagree with it. I don't think that's extreme. Some people may think it's extreme. Okay, yeah, keep on thinking that. Until they start breaking your house down, breaking your door down. Then they start trying to rob you in your driveway while you trying to pull out of your driveway. And then saying, you better not say nothing. F you up on God. On God. Then what you gonna say? I'm just saying. Okay. This is real. They're making this stuff up. It's time, man. It's time to wake up. And it's time to bring law and order back into this country. It's time to bring law and order back in this country. But that's what I had to say about that. What do you guys think about what this understand? Do you think she was too extreme? You think it was over? In my opinion, I don't think she is. In my opinion. I know some people may take a problem with that, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. But what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section. Don't like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.